All right, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Pain Point webinar series. My name is Jessie Devine, and I'm the Community Engagement Manager at QuoteWerks. Our goal is to dive into common business challenges that companies face when creating quotes and proposals. And today's pain point topic is trouble finding and managing your quotes and proposals. This is obviously something that seems so simple, but can be really tough if you aren't organizing your documents in a central place. We know your time is valuable though, so these webinars are going to be fairly short, and we'll keep them under 30 minutes. We want you to be able to apply these solutions right away, and we want these webinars to be as quick and efficient as what your quoting process is or will be. So with every webinar, we'll go over a quick agenda of what I'll be covering today to show you how easy it is to resolve some of the pain points that you're facing when it comes to quotes and proposals. So first, we're going to go over the pain points, the solution or solutions if we have more than one, a live demo so you can implement it right away, and a Q&A at the very end. I also want to encourage you to ask questions in the question box. I'll circle back to the questions at the end of the webinar. If for some reason I can't get to the questions or don't know the answer right away, I'm going to be sure to follow up with you with an email or a phone call if you've provided that to us. Additionally, all of our webinars are recorded, and we'll send you a link of the webinar when it's been uploaded to our YouTube and videos page. And if you haven't done so already, we definitely recommend you subscribing to our YouTube page so that you get notified anytime we upload a new training video. We also post a lot of new and helpful information on our social media sites, so please follow us there too. So let's get to the pain points. So in today's quick webinar, we're going to be covering the pain point of trouble finding and managing your quotes and proposal documents, something we hear all the time. Maybe you find yourself searching all over the place for quotes and proposals. You send out, even when you know the location of your documents, the sheer number of documents and items you need to go through can be really challenging. Maybe a sales rep has quit or has been out of the office on vacation or on leave, and you have no idea what quote he or she sent to your customer, let alone where they save their information for you to edit. Maybe you're trying to find ways to see what quotes are still active and which ones are expired. With Word or Excel, that's really hard to track and manage. Maybe you've revised a quote a few times but forgot to save the original document information. Now your customer wants to go back to the maybe second or third revision you've made, but you have no idea what you had actually quoted. You can't really track what's inside those quotes unless you're in the document, and you forgot who you sent the quotes out to. All these are really common pain points that we have seen our customers come across all the time. So how can we alleviate some of these pain points? So the first solution within QuoteWerks is going to be the open window. You can find all of your documents in one central location. Really, it's the home of where all of your documents are. You can easily find your documents with the open window. You can filter by date, the sales reps, activity of the quotes, document type, items that you've quoted, and much, much more. And I'll go into that in depth during the live demo. The second solution is going to be something really simple. It won't take but a minute to show, but it's the tools find quoted items. So this solution is simple as it sounds. If you're looking for something you've quoted previously, all you need to do is go to Tools, Find Quoted Items. And if you're inside of QuoteWerks right now, you can definitely find that. And solution number 3 is revisions. So easily make multiple revisions of a quote, all while saving the original document information. Oftentimes, you'll make a quote or proposal for your customer, and you make many revisions of that quote, which is common. They can go back and forth with what they want. Instead of undoing all the work that you've done previously, you can easily find the revised work and then send that to your customer. So let's get into the live demo really quick. Let me get that set up for you. And I can show you. Oops, here we go. Show you how we can implement this right away. All right, so hopefully everyone can see my screen okay. So I'm going to show you first the open window. And where you find that is very simple. Open that file button right there. You can also go to File, Open. This is going to bring up the open window. Now the open window has a lot of fields for you to search through, but by default for me, it's actually showing all of my active quotes. Your default view can actually change with the setting that you want, and I'll show you that in just a moment. But I do want to go over the shortcuts first, and then I'll show you what the default, where to set the default view. So active quotes means anything that's really a open document status. So anything that's open means that it's still being considered or has been sent to your customer under consideration. That's why often we tell you, if it's not open or an active quote, to convert it to a lost order, or if it's been won, make sure to convert it to an order. This is so that you can easily track that information. So by doing that, file, convert to won, file, convert to lost. This is a really great habit so that your reporting and your active quotes are always accurate. This is quote, so anything again that's a quote. It could be lost, but anything that's considered just a quote document, shortcut, orders, anything that's an order is going to be here. Again, invoices, all is any and all documents that you have for QuoteWerks. And then revision. So if you have the checkbox clicked, the revision is going to be included. How do you know if it's a revision versus a regular document, or the original document is what I should say? They're all regular documents, I guess. Is the -01. If there's a -01 located anywhere within your document, or -02, -0, any number following that sequence, that means that it's a revision. And on the right-hand panel here, again, my active quotes, that's anything that I've created that I'm the sales rep. And that is my active quotes. That's an open document status document. My documents, so anything that's my document doesn't necessarily have to be active, but anything that is me as the sales rep. My recent documents, this is going to show you the latest 30 documents. And then documents prepared by me. So there is a difference between the sales rep and prepared by. So oftentimes, like even right now in QuoteWerks, I'll often prepare something for an account manager. That's something that I've prepared for on behalf of somebody else. This button is all active quotes. That's not from me, but anybody in my office that I have a view for. All documents within the office or the company, and all recent documents for the company. Now, if you don't have access rights to certain documents, you won't be able to see that here. So you'll have to be able to make sure that you have those document rights. If you don't, it won't show up. If you do, you'll be able to see all of the documents. So you'll want to check your administrator if you don't see certain documents within QuoteWerks. So let me just show you quickly where you can change the default view. By default, it is all active quotes. But to go to change your default, simply go to Tools, My Preferences, the Miscellaneous tab, and here under Document Search Default, you'll be able to show which shortcut you want your quotes to be shown as. So by default, I just want my active quotes, but you can change that here. Press OK. To note, anything under My Preferences, Tools, My Preferences, this is a per user setting. So it changes only per user, so each person in your office can have a different open view. All right, so let's go over the fields quickly. So under the document name, this is where you can search for any document by name very clearly, but it'll also have the shortcuts for the last 15 document names that you have. So we can search for something that has, we want something I know that contains TV. We can see, okay, there's 2 documents that I have that has TV in the name, or speaker if it contains that. Those will come up very easily. Next, we want to talk about the document number. If you have just part of a number or the full entire number, you can put that in there. Again, it's going to come up for any number that it contains, and begins with is where you can start with the prefix of the quote number, contains is any item within that quote name or number, and ends with. So these are specifications where you can filter down really easily. So again, document status, if you're wanting to check anything that has been expired or lost, any documents that you want to learn, okay, I've lost these documents, maybe I can learn from them. I do lost for all sales reps, for all my quotes. I can see, okay, I've lost 8 documents. So what can I do to capture this information? Well, what's really nice within this open window and filtering down, it's kind of like a reporting engine. It's like a cheat reporting engine where you can quickly filter down and capture the information. So what I'm going to do here is press this clipboard icon. It's going to export the copy to the clipboard. So I can actually capture this information and paste it right into an Excel file. And right there I have, you know, all the items that I've lost within 2020 or in the last few years, whatever it is that you've filtered down to. So really easy way to report on certain areas within QuoteWorks. Okay, so now let's go down to other areas within the open window. You can obviously easily search by the company name. You do part of the company name, you know, something like that, where you can see all the different information for the company. You can go by contact if you can't remember the company name. And you can also search specifically by the document date. So if you're wanting to see everything that you did this quarter or the last 30 days, or perhaps, oops, I want to go back to having everything, or the last 2 years ago, you can see easily that information all in one central location. You can specify by person, by all your sales reps, by departments if you wanted to. So it really makes it easy to report. And again, I can copy this information to the clipboard, paste it into an Excel spreadsheet, and then save it. So again, easy reporting. What's really cool though is that you can also look for items that are within your quote. So instead of just the document name or the contract information, you can actually find information that you might have quoted previously. So for example, I can actually search for, you know, instead of the company I've created the quote for, but actually build the quote for, I can put it in and I'll be able to see, okay, here's the information I've billed to them previously. So if a company was asking questions about billing, you can easily capture this information and send it to them. You can also search for items by item type. So perhaps you want to look for something as specific as a manufacturer part number. This is a great place to search for that information. So, oh, you've created a quote for with this particular manufacturer partner, but it's discontinued now, and you want to make sure to remove it or replace it for all those quotes that you've created it for. This is a great place to find that information. So let me get a manufacturer part number that I can use. Okay, great. This particular manufacturer number is what I was looking for. I can change it and replace it, open it up, and make that revision right away. Now, what's really cool, when you right-click, you can double-click and open the document. You can actually also display it in your contact manager. So if you're integrated with any of the contact managers that we use, it will pop it up and it will display right inside your contact manager. You can also re-email the customer quote validate notification if you wanted to. You can convert it to lost, and you can actually also mass convert to lost, which I'll show you in just a moment. But you could change the document status as well. So if you actually had many items that were open, but you wanted to convert it to lost, you just change the document status there. So something else I really wanted to show you also is that you can search, do a search query operator for multiple things. So just like you might do like a Google search, you can do a search query for something like, let's do item type. So I want to search everything that has, uh, let's see, maybe in the description area of QuoteWorks, do a search query. You can do a double quote of an exact phrase. So if I did that, it will come up with 12 documents that exactly has Cisco Catalyst. So if I didn't remember, a particular part number, you can look up part of a description like that. But if you want to omit anything, you can actually, in the same field, you know, removed, you don't want anything that comes up with Cisco Catalyst 3 switch particularly, and now it's removed 3 documents from my searches. So this is a really powerful tool where you can really drill down the results that you're looking for. So now that I have a few things up here, I do want to show you that you can convert multiple things to lost here, and that is really going to, allow you to look at anything expired. So these last two were really old. I can convert it to lost right there. So really, really neat tool. I do want to cover a couple other areas within here. So on the More tab, you can actually look for many items in the different custom fields, as well as other fields like project number or amounts more than a certain dollar amount. So maybe you want to look up something that's more than $500. You can search for that right there. So really easy way to see, how many quotes are over a certain dollar figure or under. Another great reporting function. On the very left-hand side is the templates button. This is where you're going to manage your master templates. So they basically what your sales reps are going to use. So this is an easy place to manage that information. You can open it up, make edits to your template. You can delete them here if you need to. This is the master template location. Merged documents, I don't have anything in here right now, but it's basically for anyone that is a remote user. The remote documents that have been merged into the database will be shown here. So that pretty much covers the open window. And we will go into the next solution, which was tools, find quoted items. This is a really easy way, and this is going to take but a second. But if you just go to tools, find quoted item right here, you're going to be able to just find anything that you've quoted previously. So for example, if I wanted to search for anything under a certain category that contains, warranty, for example, something really generic here, but you'll be able to see, okay, these are all the quotes that I've created that have warranty. Really easy tool to use. I think it's one of the more powerful ones that many people don't know about. But if you do want to capture this information, again, the clipboard is available here. Just click it, press OK, and that data is going to be pasted right into your Excel spreadsheet, which is really cool. So really great information here on find quoted items. And finally, the revisions. This is a really great great feature within QuoteWorks. So let me just open a random document here. So let's just start with something that has some information. So let's say I've created a quote for somebody here. Oh, and I want to make some revisions. Perhaps this has already been sent to them, but they don't want, this TV option available. So I've deleted it. Normally, many people press save and then keep going on, but what we want to do here is save it as a revision. So there is a revision button at the very top. Just click the button, and you're going to be able to make a few options here. So you can delete the previous revision if you wanted to. So maybe you made a mistake, no problem. But you can also update the expiration date. So let's say it was 2 months later and you want to make sure that expiration date is current. You can do that as well. For this case, I'm not going to check anything and press OK. So now what I want you to notice is that this is the first revision. You'll see up here at the very top, the document number has changed. So instead of AAAQ 1063, now it's 1063-01, which means it's the first revision. So let's say we actually just want the 27-inch monitor only, or TV. We can actually make another revision, delete that, and save it again as a revision. You have those same options. Okay, and you'll see when I've made the second revision, it's 02. So it's a really great tool. And let's say you want to go back to the first revision. What you want to do is go to View, Document Revisions. This is where you're going to be able to see all the various revisions. So when you do the revision, you'll be able to see, okay, here's my latest version that I've made right here, but here are the previous revisions. Here's the original document, -01, the one I've created currently. Now, let's say your customer wants to go back to the very first version of the quote, and you now need to send that to the customer. No problem. All you have to do is double click, open it, open the first version of the quote, and save it. When you save that version of the quote, it's going to make it that main quote document. And what's really nice about revisions is that every time you update your quote, it's going to obviously update your CRM opportunity. So you don't have to create multiple opportunities. You don't have to create multiple quotes that are going to mess up your reporting. Instead, you'll have one document that you can revise multiple times, and that will always save and make sure that your information is always accurate. So incredibly, incredibly powerful stuff. So as you can see, all these solutions will help you find and manage your documents really easily, really easily. I do want to remind everybody here that we'll be sending a recording, and if you do have any questions that you've seen, I'm going to answer those in just a moment. Again, you can subscribe to our YouTube page and get notified of any new training videos that we've uploaded. But I do want to go over our resources really quickly. They're available to you right now. I've included this information in your handouts. If you see the handouts, you can download the PDF there that has all this information in there. But I want to go over it. So our support and sales line, they're available to you right now. We have little to no wait time when it comes to talking to our team from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. You can email them as well. We have over 200 training videos. Our help file is available. If you go to our homepage, go to the support area, there's drop down there. It's going to show all this information as well. We have live and recorded webinars like what we have now. And we also have training services as well that are customized to you, and any customizations that you want, we can do that for you as well. And again, I'll be stopping this recording and want to open up the chat for any questions. But if you aren't sticking around for the Q&A, I just want to say thank you everyone for attending. You can reach out to me with any questions you may have, chat with me afterwards, or call our sales and support line. Again, thanks everyone. We hope that you're able to now better find and manage your documents within your quoting solution. So